This is continuation of module 1, mechanism of chips formation. All machining processes involve formation of chips by deforming the work material on the surface of the job with help of a cutting tool. The extent of deformation that the material suffer not only determines the type of chips but also determines quality of machined surface, cutting forces, temperature involved and dimensional accuracy of the job. Depending upon the tool geometry, cutting conditions and work material, a large variety of chips, shape and size are produced during different machining operation. First one, continuous chips. Second one, discontinuous chips with built-up edge. Third one, discontinuous chips. First diagram indicates continuous chip. Second diagram indicates continuous chip with built-up edge. Third diagram indicates discontinuous chip. Continuous chips. During the cutting of ductile materials like low carbon steel, copper, brass and aluminum alloy, continuous ribbon type chip is produced. It generally suffers compression, shear. The material then slide over the tool rake face for some distance and leaves tools. Friction between the chip and tool may produce secondary deformation on chip material. The plastic zone ahead of the tool edge is called primary zone of deformation. Both these zone slides over the rake face and increases temperature. The primary zone of deformation depend on first, rake angle of tool, second, cutting speed, third, work material characteristic, fourth, friction on rake face. With the large rake angle of tools leads to less overall deformation and cutting forces are less. With small or negative rake angle tools, the material suffer more severe deformation and cutting force involved is also large. At higher cutting speed, the thickness of primary zone of deformation shrinks, become narrower. The work material characteristics are: first one, strength; second one, strain hardening; third one, strain rate; fourth one, heat conductivity. Increase in friction on rake face of tool tends to increase the size of both primary and secondary deformation. Second one, continuous chips with built-up edge. First diagram indicates initiation of built-up edge. Second, growth of built-up edge. Third, breaking of built-up edge. As the temperature is high at interface between the chip and tool during the cutting, also the work material slides under heavy pressure on the rake face before being transformed into free chips. In these conditions, some portion of the chips may stick into the rake face of tool. Because of such close contact, it discharges its heat to the tool and thus becomes stronger than the rest of material flowing over it. Naturally, it attracts more of deforming work materials and thus the size of built-up edge just goes on increasing. When it reaches a certain critical size, it becomes unstable and portion of it may break up. These broken portions of built-up edges get embedded in the machined surface or get attached to the underside of the flowing chip. This cycle of building up and breaking of built-up edges happens periodically and machined surface gets dotted with portion of broken built-up edge, resulting in poor surface finish. Remedy for this: increase in cutting speed, increase in interface temperature which soften built-up edges. Third one, discontinuous chips. First diagram indicates initial deformation. Second, crack formation. Third one, chip segment. These are produced during the cutting of brittle materials like cast irons and brasses containing higher percentages of zinc. The chip formation mechanism quite different from ductile material. Even a slight plastic deformation produced by a small advance of the cutting edge into the job leads to crack formation in deformation zone. Further advance of the cutting tool, the crack travels and a small lump of material moving up the rake face